Right then. All right, just another magical, because yes, it's magical, Monday update here. Shit just keeps getting better, right? So we got the we got the news that I'm sitting at an 815 credit score. Yeah, I don't even think my dad. I'm gonna ask him. Is at that level. Pops, what's your credit score? I'm curious. I bet I have the highest credit score of anybody I know. Curious what Mia's is as well. Think I'll ask her. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Don't want to do a bunch of this because I'll sprain my shoulder and then I'll rack up some more medical bills I don't need. But anyway, nobody likes a braggart. Nope. I was accused of that by the Diva Succubus Mongoose Gold Digger user. Oh yeah. Stop bragging. Yeah. Whenever any good karma comes her way, which hasn't in quite a while, she's the first one to brag about it. Well, she was bragging, even though it was all lies. She was bragging about the nappy bearded, short-waisted, 300-pound bowling pin shaped miscreant leprechaun and how she's hit the jackpot and will be getting married. And he's so sweet and he's such a good masseuse. And yeah, all kinds of lies, basically. Anyway, I digress. So I sent a message out to Marnie, my loan officer. Once again, her attitude is just, she starts off great. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, and I said, yeah, what about this crappy weather? Blah, 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 right? And then within 45 seconds, she's like she's talking down to you. The personality that, I don't know. She does not have a good customer service personality. Anyway, I had a whole list of questions that I had to ask her. What are they here? Section 7 on this form, she didn't have me down as a vet. Oh, okay, I went in, I changed that. That's all changed now. It's just not going to show on your documents. Section 12, they didn't have anything checked for ownership assignment. So there's several different options. Mutual ownership with a financial partner, which was the situation with the DDC and myself. 2 separate entities, non-married real estate investors. But sole ownership is one of the options. That's me. Mia's not on the mortgage. Nobody else is on the mortgage. My dad's not on the mortgage. It's sole ownership, just in my name. She goes, that'll be changed once the underwriters get back and approve the mortgage. Then we can put it. It's currently in the state that it's in now because of the DDC being on it as a joint investor. That'll change when the underwriters. Everything about my questions here was contingent on the underwriters. Yeah. All right, which will not be a problem. With an 815 credit score and $100,000 down on top of the $13,000 down, and although I didn't say it to her, the distinct possibility that within 2 months we're going to walk in with a big burlap bag full of money and pay off the house. I got to check. I'm going to keep combing these documents because there is a part in there whether the bank designates a prepayment penalty or not. And on the last situation with the DDC, there was no prepayment penalty for paying off the mortgage soon. So I didn't say anything. I almost did, but I kept that one close to the vest because, banks are all about making money, right? And if Mia and I walk in there with a big burlap bag full of money and throw it on the counter and say, pay it off, bitch, the bank just lost thousands of dollars in interest in 3.7 seconds. As a matter of fact, when I was looking through the documents this weekend, I don't know, they had the amount of interest over the 30-year note that I would pay on this almost $500,000 house or whatever it is. It's it's 200 and some $1,000 or 163 or 193,000 dollars in interest alone. Nope. Bye now. It's gonna be epic. Anyway, closing costs. I asked about that. 700 or 7,943. She says that all those numbers are going to change. At the time of closing, a lot of those that are on there now are going to be eliminated or waived, not applicable, because you currently have escrowed money for this house that's going to be applied to certain things. So she says that don't look at that number. That's just the preliminary number. It's all at closing. It's all going to drop significantly, and then whatever's left would be rolled into the mortgage, escrowed from the mortgage payments. So don't worry about that. I said hazard insurance. $1,977.96 for hazard insurance. That's my homeowner's insurance. I thought it was mortgage insurance. If two people or a person comes into a mortgage situation to buy a house and the bank is like, man, they're so effing close to getting that house, but we're going to give it to them, but there's a risk due to their credit rating and their history that they could default on the situation, they automatically require you to have PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, to protect the bank if you default. You have to pay, in my case, it was an extra $80 a month on top of the mortgage payment, added to the mortgage payment for PMI, private mortgage insurance. So that the bank gets their money back somehow. She goes, oh no, that's not PMI. She said, that's your homeowner's insurance. I'm like, well, why is it called hazard insurance? Just call it homeowner's insurance. FML. Proper nomenclature, please. When I take over the world, there's gonna be rules. Yeah, there will be. Yeah, these simpleton plebes will start doing things the right way. Anyway, I digress. Option number 3. I wanted to select option number 3 for Wisconsin tax escrow options, which was that the bank pays my taxes. I never get a tax bill. I never get you're 30 days delinquent on your homeowner's taxes. No, the bank takes care of it. I want option number 3 for that. Nothing was checked on the form for that. Okay, so that got corrected. The pricing agreement, it showed it not being in check that it was a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. It showed it as being a floating rate, basically an ARM, adjustable rate mortgage. So I asked her, I said, is that because we're not going to lock in? We're still playing the gambling game that the interest rates will go down and we're not going to lock in until the 11th hour, the day before the closing table meeting? And she goes, no, that actually has nothing to do with the mortgage rate. She explained it, but it made sense. So, and then I got to get a letter of approval and acceptance from her indicating that, yes, indeed, this process is in the works. It's happening. It's going to happen to completion. So the DDC, as a little worrywart, more than likely based on my current heart condition, I'm going to fall on my face dead, and then she's stuck with the house. Her and her little potato-shaped lawyer will be appeased that, okay, yeah, it's going through, nothing for us to worry about, right? Well, apparently I can't get that letter from Marnie, the loan officer, until underwriting authorizes the situation, which they will. If they don't, I'll switch banks. It's literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. 815 credit score, $100,000 down. I already own the house. Well, I have the mortgage. Was approved back in the day when I was not as epic as I am now. yeah, these underwriters should be like, yeah, here you go. Take it. We love you. You're Jesus. So once the underwriters sign off on it, that can't happen until I e-sign all of these 13 documents that she sent me. I tried to do that Saturday night or Friday night, but the website, the Fannie Mae website, kept saying my credentials weren't right, and then I got locked out. Oh yeah, it was a shit show. So I got that all straightened out. So tonight when I go home, I'll be sitting down and e-signing all of these documents, submitting another copy of my most recent pay stub and my W-4 tax forms. Yeah, can't wait for this to be over. Yeah. But essentially we're starting all over with a completely new loan, and that's the only way we can do it. We can't take an eraser and erase the DDC's name off the documents. We got to start completely over. But I'm going to get a screaming deal. Yeah. And then that doesn't matter, because if, and this is a big if, it's not a done deal, Mia gets the payment for the business ownership and stock options and patent rights, and we end up with that 1.2 or 1.4. I don't remember what the number was, but it's 7 figures. It's pretty fat. We're paying the bitch off, and then we never got to worry about it. Yeah. Well, then I'll have to rearrange the tax situation so I pay the homeowner's tax myself. The bank won't do it anymore because they won't be involved. So that'll have to be switched. FML. Always something, right? But in the end, it'll be a beautiful thing. So that's just an update. Pounding through the day here. I just coming back from that call with that high-end client. Turns out it wasn't at the high-end client's house. They own a rental property company up in the Pickers, and this was at a rental house on a dishwasher that went black like 2 weeks after we installed it. Yeah. Now our installer, his name's Corey. I don't have a nickname for him because he's a good guy. He does a good job. Yeah, he's very rarely do we have issues with him. So I was pretty sure it wasn't something that he did, but there was a possibility that there could have been a loose wire nut. I hate wire nuts. I like Wagos. And I've seen it happen. It's happened to me back when I used to install. The wire nut comes loose. You lose your neutral. You lose your hot. Now all of a sudden the freaking dishwasher goes black. And you go back, you pop open the box, and oh, sure enough, the wire nut's loose. You snug it up, and away it goes. In this case, it was plugged into an outlet under the sink. And there's 2 receptacles in your standard outlet, right? One was a hot feed feeding the garbage disposal under the sink, the grinder. The other one was a hot feed feeding the dishwasher. That had no voltage to it. So the wires, I didn't take it apart to look, but I already, since I'm pretty much an electrician, I already know what's going on. There's 2 hot sources coming to that receptacle. 2 hot feeds. The one that's feeding the dishwasher, the wire either broke on the terminal or it came loose, and it's lost its 120 to the dishwasher. So I took the dishwasher plug, unplugged it out of there, tested it with my no contact, which I lost. Oh, that's just great. Yep, left it in the customer's house. It's not good to be me. Do I got a backup? I used to have a backup hanging here. Oh, I got this. So this is a no contact tester, okay? So I laid it up against the wire and it didn't chirp at me. Didn't light up. I'm like, there's no voltage here. So I unplugged the dishwasher. I knew that the garbage disposal worked, so I ran around, plugged it in. Sure shit, dishwasher powered up. So confirmation, right? God, I can't believe I lost my... Wait a minute. Oh, something's down here. Underneath my left nipple. That's where my hand should be in Mia's shirt. Oh, speaking of Mia. All right, well, let me finish this story. Well, anyway, so yeah, no power. Not our problem. All right. Existing household electrical issue. Boom. Yep. First call complete. Mia, remember what I was saying in a previous video about bitches are too big for their britches? She's a whole different creature today. Yeah. I've been getting, the inbox has been getting hammered with, hi babe, just thinking about you, with a heart symbol. Just checking in, love. I love you more than you know. Love you more. Love you the mostest. Yeah. It's good to be me. They all eventually come around to my way of thinking. Some of them, like the diva, succubus, mongoose, gold digger, user, and a sociopathic, covert, narcissistic, alcoholic, well, you know the rest, and others from my past, they run away. They're fatalists. So they focus on the little negatives that might be involved regarding me. I mean, they're small, they're minuscule, and they run. Oh, I can't stand this. This is messed up. I can't be with you. Psh, they're gone. Then they sit up in their dark rooms at night, especially the ones that try to replace me with something better. And they end up swimming around in the cesspool and the sludge of the septic tank, and the trade up is actually a major trade down. They eventually come around to my way of thinking. You know, so some of them, they come back and grovel and wax philosophical as to how great I am. You know, things like that. Yeah. I guess my shoulder's starting to hurt. Ah, yes. Asshole. Yep, I resemble that remark. Anyway, so yeah, it's turning into a great day, even though it's still snowing. Up by camp, there's well, here we go. Yeah, there's an inch of snow, fresh snow up by camp on the ground. Go away. Daddy's ready for mushrooms. All right. So I got one call left. Seeing as that last one that I was, not gonna lie, I was a little worried about, turned into nothing. First call complete. What is this one? F11 air code. Oh, this is an oven that's the user interface board. The buttons are stuck, shorted out from grease. So I'm replacing a user interface assembly and an overlay. So this will be a 15-minute call, in and out, and then I'm done. Yeah. Should head her home, get out to the tiny man shop, fry up the big boy welder, and button up that engineering brace that I'm building. So we'll get that done tonight, and all will be well. But I do have to sit down in the therapy chair tonight, which, major thanks to Mia. I thought, oh, nothing can replace my dilapidated, lopsided, I mean, it was leaning off to one left, because the one left side, because kind of like my magic meat pipe. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, that chair was effed. But, yeah, she got me that adjustable chair, the geezer chair. Man, that thing is comfortable to sleep in. Loving it. And I thank her every chance I can get. So that was an amazing gift. But anyway, we're going to get home. I got to sign all those documents for sure, and send in the two forms, the two things that the bank needs, and that way we can continue to proceed here. So do that, and then we'll see if I have enough ambition to actually go out into the tiny man shop and continue wrenching on the project. Doesn't have to be done today. I'd like it to be done today because I'm in a groove. You know what I mean? One of my biggest mistakes when it comes to shop projects is I'll start a project and then I'll pull away from it for a while for whatever reason, and then I go back out and resume the project, and I totally forgot my train of thought, what I was doing, where I was going. You know what I mean? I got to stay focused on tasks, otherwise I just lose it. So, yeah. So, all right, that's just an update.